Alright, it looks like we're live. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of The Joy of Planting. Officially this time. I just realized I need to get let's see. I need to get my music kicked off. I forgot to do that. My apologies. Stream manager, there we go. So, uh, yeah, I did a stream like a couple days ago with wasn't sure if it was going to be the start to the season because I wasn't totally sure this idea was going to stick or not. But I think we're there, so I think we can officially go ahead and make this new season. Well, let's just go kick off some music. There we go. So we'll just hop right into this one. I think I did most of the routing on that stream. Something like somewhere around here is about what we want. I did the surfaces for one. I've since gone through. I did a little bit of planting off stream. It's not done yet, but it's getting there. I'll probably do a little bit of that sort of stuff off stream. Just to keep it moving while I can do the major stuff on stream. I did two. It's not finished yet, but I threw a quick idea in there. I might go back and revisit this at some point. Not totally sure, but Thomas, what's up? Yes, indeed. Something something Shadow Creek. We're gonna really fuzz this one up. And then have not finished this one by any means, but I just threw a really quick sketch down. Actually, the fairway's not bad. I can edit some of the splines and whatnot, but or spline points. But overall, I think we'll leave the fairway, just clean it up, and then put the bunkers into this, and get a green figured out. Of course, I probably need to redo these. Did I ever smooth this out? No, I didn't. That's why it looks a little off. Okay, looks a little better. Alright, let's see here. We want to edit these bunkers a little bit. Well, I can probably just actually I just want to bring the fairway in just a little bit. Alright, so that's not a bad start for that green. I think we'll do something like that for our green shape. Alright. We'll probably bump that green side up a couple feet. Yep, that'll work. That means we can just edit these spline points. Hey Razor, welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it too. We're glad to have you. See, I think what we have left for this hole is just what do you want to call it? the spline was done really quickly as just kind of a temporary thing, but most of it works. So I don't think I don't need to completely redraw it. We'll just smooth it out and you know, fix up little spots, because that's probably just quicker than redrawing it. And then we'll draw the bunkers in. Those will need redone. I just did really, really quick bunkers. Yeah, there's nothing really crazy with this hole. Like, it's kind of just a simple, like, prize dog leg hole, essentially. Or it's just you're trying to, you know, you're just putting it on the corner there. And then just kind of a forced-ish carry over the bunkers. Although it's not a very long shot. I don't know, I set this green up thinking that it was going to be longer. So these bunkers aren't really going to come into play much then. I don't know, it's okay. Again, we can make this green a little trickier. Although that's, of course, this is if you hit like the most aggressive shot. I think if you play out to the heart of the dog leg, like somewhere in here, that's probably about 150, 160. Okay, about 180. So yeah, that's more like it. Hey Matt, how's it going? So I'm okay with this this green kinda accepting run-up shots. It's not a huge green either. And we'll kind of raise it so it'll funnel stuff off as well. There we go. And that should do it. Actually, I don't mind the kind of general shape of the bunkers here, so I really don't need to do a lot with it, but I do want to raise these up a bit. So I'm going to raise this up a fair amount as well. Get that green relatively flattened out. We'll go back to raise, and we're just gonna drop the land around it just a little bit, about a foot or two. Yeah, I gotta be honest, I kinda got bored of that game. I think I turned it off at like halftime. But I've just been kind of footballed out the last couple weeks. But then again, being totally honest, I'm not really that big of a Drew Brees fan, so I mean, I have no stake in you know, the Saints organization. I just don't care for him as much as a person. should be enough runoff. I can always make that a little bit steeper if I need, but that should work for now. Jameis Winston, what a shithead. I kind of like this general shape, so actually I really don't need to. I can probably just make some slight tweaks to what's there. Despite this being a really fast, floppy bunker, it kind of came out okay, and I just need to do little touch-ups to it, I think. Sorry. Alright, yeah, and we'll just bring that down a bit. Yeah, it looks okay for now. There's something just slightly off about it. I'm not sure what it is. But that's okay. There we go, that'll work. Dan, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna go check that one out. That is a good photo. That should work. Yep, that works for me. And then we can might get a little more creative with this one. So what's the idea with the green complexes on this course? Quite a bit of fairway between the green and the bunkers. I mean, not necessarily. I think it, just the way the first two kind of worked out, This one, the bunkers are kind of on that green, and this one's more framing than anything else. Then this one is kind of like a short par 3. I threw my kind of little bow tie template in there. Thought that worked well without any apron. And this one's just, I thought that fit the hole, both visually and you're potentially hitting a longer approach shot in, so. Alright. But I don't think that'll be necessarily a course-wide theme. It just kind of fell into place for the first couple holes. Alright, I gotta figure out some kind of... I could probably split that into 2 bunkers if I wanted. Actually, let's see. Yeah, I've been splitting these up into smaller stuff, so I might keep doing that for this hole. I guess I do have a couple bigger bunkers, and that one's not too out of place. Even though that would be the biggest bunker on the course so far. We'll see what it looks like. I can always go back and redo it. Yeah, Petro's a machine. Oh, whoops! I wanted to flatten that raise. That'll help me get the bottom a little flatter of this bunker. Well, Petra has the, he has the advantage of youth. I'm a little bit older, but I also just have a lot of free time, so, it evens out. That, and I'm just very efficient with my my designs, so I can just spit them out relatively quick. Exactly. I mean, I'm in the same boat with you, so I'm fully in the, well, what else? Yeah, what else am I gonna do with my free time? It's a good distraction. All right. Should kind of dig the shape of this one. Again, despite how incredibly quick and sloppy these bunkers were, like, I didn't sketch them out, I didn't do anything to them. I literally just clicked the circle brush and just did quick little movements around where I wanted bunkers. And some of them actually came out pretty good, which is either awesome or terrible, and I'm not sure which. actually, it's not awful, but not great either. We'll smooth that out a little. Maybe we go ahead and throw in something like that. Yeah, that'll work. Alright. I'm kind of like... The one thing I probably need to do with this course is pick a real life course I want to use as inspiration in terms of how it plays. I think that was one advantage I had with Cherry Brook, is that I had a very clear vision for it. And with this one, I have a look for it, but I don't really have anything in mind for how I want it to play. So it feels like it's missing a little bit of direction at the moment. Like, I'm kind of in between like my normal bunkering style and my Cherry Brook style I did. And I'm not sure which I want to lean towards on this one, like that sort of stuff. You know, like, I don't have any real ideas for green complexes or difficulty yet. I'm trying to just kind of let it happen and what do you want to call it? Work it in from there. But I probably very quickly need to start getting a better feel for ideas for this one. That is fair, Dan. Yeah, I mean, like, and on the flip side, Cherry Brook was one of those where, I haven't tabulated all the hours I spent on it, but I did a lot of the heavy lifting on stream, and I probably had maybe 20-30 hours of video on Joy of Planting episodes for that one. And I don't know, maybe I did 5 to 10 hours offline as well. Not sure on that one. Which would then just, suggest that it took me under 40 hours to do that one. Which I've always said 40 hours is like the bare minimum that you need to make a playable course. Or, playable's the wrong word. Is the bare minimum that you need to make like a good golf course. Even though there are exceptions if you're like going in advance, specifically looking to cut time off. So Cherry Brook would almost be like a good, like 24-hour challenge type course. Good evening, Scoot. How? Oh, the planting is always joyous. Or rather, the planting is tedious, but all the other stuff and you know, having folks to hang out with and chat while I do it makes it all better. How many pages worth of pines am I using so far? Not a ton. I grabbed enough to make it, here, I'll show you what trees I'm using so far. And a lot of them are kind of redundant. You could probably get away with a little less, but I have a handful of bushes. Like, I think I even grabbed a couple more than I really need. Like, I don't see myself using this one or this one all that much, but just a couple to mix it up. I'm mainly using like 8 or 9 main ones and sprinkling a couple others in just to keep it fresh. So about a page and a half. And I can mix it up as I go. Kind of like this part here. Might be just a bit much. Still want to raise it, but not quite as severely. Dang it. Alright. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm getting the feeling I'm gonna need to go in at some point and redo some of these bunkers. I just cannot get like a consistent style going. Yeah, this one... Somehow this looks worse than the one I had in there before, somehow. I have no idea why. Yeah, those are definitely a lot bigger than the ones on the first hole. Where these are very kind of Cherry Brook-esque in terms of scale and style. And these ones kind of go back into more of my normal stuff. I'm not sure which I prefer. Welcome, Maddie. I think I've got 4 courses that are kind of work in progresses. Works in progress, I think is, I don't know. I'm not sure which is, I think works in progress is the correct syntax there. That one looks okay. So we can probably work it a little closer to the fairway. To tie it together. Work. But also, out of all of my stuff, this is the only one I'm doing solo at the moment. Petro's helping me with Orion Ranch. Well, actually, that reminds me. If you want me to, I'm happy to hop back in that and do some work on it if you want. You don't have to do all the planting on it by yourself. If you don't want to. Seeing as you're in the same boat of having tons and tons of projects to work with. But like everything else is like the Winter Park 9 idea, which is a collab. So other people have that one at the moment. Ben and I's South Carolina collab, and then I've been helping Dylan with the Empire Pines one. So that's pretty much everything else that I have in progress. Most of those are, have a lot of, they're well on their way. Yeah, I need to help out more with the South Carolina collab at the moment. Seeing as Ben as a newborn to worry about, I figure I'll need to do some more heavy lifting on that. Only 8 active projects. I don't know if I've ever had 8 projects going on at once. That just feels crazy. I'm very impressed. Go. Not my favorite golf hole, but it's a start. It's not a bad hole concept either. It just needs might need a little massaging later. Yeah, that's quite the list. Alright. Now I just have to throw more tee boxes in and do green work, and that one should be most of the way there. I guess this green really doesn't need a lot. Although, I'm not sure about how many pin locations I really have here. At least not unique ones. Something like that could work. I have to think. It's been a while since I've truly abandoned a project. Usually it ends up just like me having to put it down for a while or turn it into something else or that sort of thing. I'm usually pretty good about not wasting time on a project and completely losing it. I guess part of the other reason I'm so prolific is that I'm rarely throwing stuff away. Yobs, how's it going? Alright, now what do we want to do with this one? Well, first things first, I'm going to drop this all down a little bit so we can see all the, the hole from the back tees. There we go. Now, is this too wide for a corridor? Actually, no, it's not that bad. I can use most of that and still have a reasonably sized fairway. That's about how far I'm going to be hitting it. Maybe. I could probably hit it even further than that. That leaves like a long 3-wood in. Alright, I'm thinking something like... we can get a little more creative with some green ideas on this one. Go with kind of a long green, kind of largish, but kind of shallow, and prefers angles down the left side. Which means that I can put all sorts of crazy bunkers and stuff in here if I want. Although we do have another kind of like Matt's prize dog leg again if I do it that way. Oh, I think, and then I like a big bunker complex there. And just like another big bunker complex here. I think I want to put a smallish bunker up here. Just to dissuade the, Brian, what's up? How's it going? Is there a way to find out how far your drive would carry? Yes, I could hit it. Glad to hear it. Yeah, I might, although I don't know. At least, they're both kind of prize dogleg holes, but at least this one's not really... You can't really carry this bunker, so it's just, you play left and go as close to that bunker as you can to get a shorter shot in. Whereas this is, like, I want to set it up so you're actively trying to, like, that this is carryable. Even though it's just about the same length, it's a little more downhill. So we'll see. Chantrez would know. He did win World Cup of Design with a, you know... It needs more stock-shaped bunkers, too. I think that's what this one needs. That is true. I'm hoping we don't have the same issues with the judging panel this time around. Alright, so I think we're good on the green here. You know what, maybe I just skip that bunker entirely. It's kind of pointless. I mean, the landing area is, about 30 yards, so that's not, that's not horribly tight. Let's take a quick measure of this. There we go, 50 yards, I love it. So you can have this play very different, depending on where the pin is. We'll demark these really quickly. Something like that is fine. I can adjust all of these as needed, as well as the T and whatnot, but I want to clear all the clutter. Matt makes stock shapes without realizing it. Yep. Oh, sorry. Thanks, Dan, for tuning in. See you later. Oh, yeah. Ben competing makes all of us nervous. Panderdome. Welcome to the Panderdome. Need to see some bad choices in here. I'm trying. I mean, I am making a lot of bad choices in that I don't have a vision for how I want this course to play yet. I'm just kind of filling in whole ideas that I feel fit the spot, which works great sometimes, but it isn't jumping out at me yet. But that tends to work better when you have a plot with a lot of, like, a really strong fingerprints, personality, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know if this is there just yet. I mean, like, the plot almost purposely doesn't have a ton of personality to it, because I wanted to simplify it from the last one I had. Yeah, I'm probably not that far off from you, honestly. Oh, we're gonna have to simplify this shape down a fair amount. Alright. Well, again, we're just gonna try some stuff, and, 8 inches uphill instead of 14 inches uphill. Yes. Let's see. I've gotten to the point I start a lot of courses totally flat. But I guess I also, well, I guess I wouldn't say start the course totally flat. I'll flatten the plot out and just build my elevation changes from there. I'm usually not laying holes down while it's totally flat. But I definitely want to add some kind of local contours to this as we go. I don't want it to, yeah. I guess I wanted to keep the, oh, I just forgot I need to route cart path down here somewhere. Maybe we route that out to the left on this one. It's easy enough. Silly me forgetting I'm doing cart path on this one. Meow meow, Mr. Dan. I am finding a little bit more success lately with starting with a relatively kind of flat-ish plot, designing holes for, like, the kind of, like, not that there's a ton of contouring, but still designing holes around the predominant contouring that's there, and then as, like, a last step, just like amplifying all of the what do you want to call it? All the contours that are there. We'd be like, oh, I mean, I did a lot of that with Cherry Brook, and I think it worked really well. So yeah, this will have an enormous fairway in parts, but I mean, it's also 570 yards, so you're just kind of wailing on it to get it there. suppose I could move my trees a little bit and route the cart path out to the outside as well, and that should work. Actually, that would probably work just fine. Need to do a little bit of adjustments, but so something like this would work. Yeah, something like that'll work, I think. Alright. We'll just have to do some tweaking to the surfaces on the outside there, but the general idea works. Yes, that would be great. I think I've seen that hole. That one's wonderful. Although, actually, no, I do want to. We're gonna raise this side up a fair amount, just because. Let's bring some contouring into this one. There's not a ton of contouring on this yet. Wow, this green's not nearly as crazy as I thought it was gonna be. Well, we can dial it up as we go. Bees! Everyone gets bees! Yeah, I'm fully in the nobody in World Cup of Design should be afraid of my course. I don't think I'm gonna enjoy making it, and I'm gonna make the best course I have, but I just don't have any crazy grand ideas. I think I've just hit that that just kind of phase of burnout where it's just, you know, I used up all of that creative mojo making Cherry Brook, and it's both a course I don't think would do very well in World Cup of Design just in terms of style. It's just way too like purposefully simplistic, which is part of what I love about it, but you know, I get that it's not a World Cup of Design course in that way. And two, you know, I finished it way too quickly. So now I'm left to kind of just fight other ideas that I have that aren't nearly as strong. But oh well. A bear for an hour? Bear for a day? Or it could be other things for life. Like seamounts. Whoops. There you go. I think maybe we can get this one mostly finished this episode, and that'll probably get us to our hour and a half, hour 45 that we've kind of been hitting with these episodes so far. Alright, so we just gotta edit these. And I think before next time, I need to do some research and really latch on to some inspiration courses to start pulling from or at the very least, if it's not an external course, just really start getting a feel for how I want this to play and, you know, general themes and stuff on this one. Because right now it's just kind of I like the look, but I don't have anything that jumps out at me of how I want it to play. So, it needs a little bit of work on that front. Gazer Ranch. You're assuming someone made a Jerry reference at some point? No, I don't think there have been any Jerry references on the stream so far. Sorry to disappoint you. I don't know. Sadly, it just doesn't feel like Jerry's much of a thing anymore. Not in terms of, like, memes and things, but mostly just, in terms of, I don't think Jerry's really, I don't think he's around. His site seems dead. I don't think he's posted any videos in months. So there's no Jerry things to breathe life into those jokes. We do still have Maddie's, what's it, I can't remember what his, his gulch at something. I can't remember what the goofy term he had. It was something, it's like the, the gulch at Matamuchi, or, I can't remember what his course name was. But it made me chuckle. His Jerry-inspired course. The glooch, thank you. Glooch at Marimushi, thank you. Do love it. Whoops, that falls way, way off. That's a little extreme. Well, I suppose that would make that hole a little more intimidating. Good enough. We need to lower that green a little. Yeah, alright, let's try it. Just for giggles. It'll lessen our slope a little. "90 feet uphill par 3s. Of course, yes. Alright. We'll just sprinkle a couple trees in places. Suppose I could do the cheaty thing and just start doing some copy paste planting on the inside there. At least for starters. I do, yeah, especially for just like background trees and stuff. I, it's really awesome. I think that's a really underrated kind of feature add to this game is just being able to grab patches of trees like that and throw them down. The only thing is it doesn't work when you need to sink trees or things like that to get an effect you want. But it works great for everything else. Like again, background stuff, it's perfect for that. Alright, now to come up with a, whoops. That's right, I forgot I did all my heavy rough with, brushes. I should start doing it with splines just for that reason. Also, time to start figuring out how we want to do whatever big-ass bunker complex I'm gonna do here. maybe something like that thrown in there for fun. Not sure about it, but it could work. We'll do a quick save, because I haven't done that in a while, and saving is good. Lion King Golf Course, hell yes. Figure something this complex is gonna... There's a significant chance that I just screw something up, so saving before I do this is a great idea. Where am I at? Hour 15, okay. We're alright on time so far. Oh. So I'm not sure yet, but I think I want to start, maybe not like a regular schedule, but at least a semi-regular schedule for these. I figure Monday night is generally the best night for me to do these. Or at least one of the generally free nights I have to do these. And, at least until like the end of March when my golf league starts back up. But I should be done with this series by then, so might try and do an episode every Monday night for the foreseeable future. And by foreseeable future I mean like the next month or two. Alright, let's go check out this link. Oh yes, that hole, the helicopter hole. That would be fun. But also Monday night is a night that, as far as like, what do you want to call it? I don't think a lot of people tend to stream Monday night. Which leaves it open. I'm not stepping on anybody's toes if I started streaming then. At least not that I know of. You know, but it's like I don't want to stream over, like Diamond Cutters is Wednesday evenings. Seamount does his usual Tuesday night stuff. I mean, I know other people have schedules, I just don't know what they are off the top of my head. I don't think a lot of people tend to stream Thursday night, but that night doesn't work as well for me, so. I don't know. I'm sure I could fit a couple Thursday night streams in if I need more episodes to get this this course on track. But I suppose I have what? Alright, it's mid-January, so I have, let's see, about two months till the deadline opens, which leaves about 8 episodes. And I already have one, so gets us to about 9 or 10. If I plan on publishing this right as the deadline opens. Which, I mean, I can always push it back if I need, but I'm just assuming it will not take me the whole time to finish this one. That's not bad looking. Oh, part of me wants to throw in something over here. There we go. That fills up a little bit more of that space. I just don't want to leave this area completely empty looking, so. There we go. That works for now. Now just to figure this area out. Although, I guess I should play test this at some point. I think that works visually off the tee. I can't quite clear that, but I can always move the tees up slightly. But it also doesn't matter because I'm still hitting 3-wood into this green. There we go. Kick in eagle. Easy enough. Good enough. And that should work for a bunker there. I want to do something like this. I throw another one in there. I just realized these are all basically the same bunker shape, just all rotated. Of course I guess so are these. Throw a couple in there. Alright. It'll be a little, yeah, maybe a little crazy slash little visually busy, but I mean, it's an idea. Do a quick save. Hey Energizer, how's it going? Yeah, I think Eric suggested this one to me. It's like a Twitch extension that's essentially, it's just like a royalty-free music playlist thing. And it was mostly just to fill background, but actually, like, they have a couple playlists that are just solid. I don't mind listening to at all. Again, a great background. Are we inspired by a course or winging it? Right now we're just winging it. I think, I need to get some inspiration from somewhere though, so I will probably do some research at some point and figure out something I want to start pulling from. just to give this one a little direction. It's a little lacking in direction for the time being. So I don't, it doesn't really feel like there's a theme yet with bunkering or like all the green complexes are a little different styles. The bunkers on every hole are a little bit of a different style. I can always adjust them as we go and tie them together. I just need a vision of what we're tying them into, if that makes sense. Oh, I've designed plenty of directionless courses. They never turn out very good. We'll have to figure out something with this little trio of bunkers. It's not jumping out at me yet, but that's okay. We can do all sorts of land adjustments if we need. Teton Pines, that's a name I'm not familiar with. I'll have to look that one up. Is that a Fazio? Again, because I don't mind the fact that visually it looks like any of those. I want like a playing inspiration, and I don't really want my course to play like a Fazio. Dan, what's up? Welcome back. Although I probably will end this episode here shortly. I think once I finish this hole, probably. Because we are at an hour and a half. I don't need to cut it at exactly an hour and a half, but I don't really want to go much past it either. And we're definitely kind of hitting a nice stopping point anyways. Oh, Petro, are you gotcha. I figured. Also, if you're since you're still here, if you've got the updated Orion Ranch file, I'm happy to play around with it. Could do a little bit of that this evening after this episode. we can do our usual post Joy of Planting after party type thing. Are there advantages to using a mouse instead of a controller for designing? Some. I think it's just a personal preference thing. I think there's some like brushwork stuff that tends to be slightly easier with a keyboard and mouse. But it really is just adjusting to a different style of doing things. But at the end of the day, not really. I think it's just a preference thing. I never really learned how to do this on a controller, so every time I try it just feels odd, and I just go back to keyboard and mouse. Yes, what Dan said, that's one of the things. And like for me, like click and drag brush bunkers and things like that tend to be a little easier. But I think like there's stuff like placing splines might be slightly easier on a controller. But again, you can do everything on mouse and keyboard or controller. There's no what do you want to call it? There's not any kind of there's not anything in the designer that you can do on one and can't do on the other. It's just some things might be slightly easier on one, slightly more difficult on the other. Oh, that would be terrifying. Yeah, I'm definitely a big proponent of figure out the shapes first with like the measuring tool and then sculpt it and then place the surfaces. The circle brush thing is more of like you can do it with splines, and I think a lot of people do bunkers with splines. But I have my own particular style of bunkering with all sorts of shapes that turn in on themselves and little like peninsulas and things at the in the top line. Um, and I find using like a click and drag method with the circle brush lets me make these tighter turns than I can do with splines. I think you can make these kind of bunkers with splines, but I just find it more difficult. Start the trash talking. Oh, we can start the trash talking. You know, after party. That's when we're doing the trash talking. All right. I think that's obviously. I think we'll need a little bit of. We'll need to jazz these whole ideas up a little bit, but we're off to a decent start here at least. Here, I'll do a quick save. We'll do a quick playthrough of everything we've got so far, and I think we can call the episode here. Play course. For those of you in the stream, as usual, I'll keep streaming after this, but I want to cut this episode here, so hence I'll be stopping the stream and just kicking it right back up. That way I don't have to do any editing to get the video file ready. Yeah, that we need to. Obviously, the greens aren't done yet. So, some of the pins are terrible. Yeah, Andre and Ben have some great tutorials on YouTube. Plus, I have old seasons of Joy of Planting on YouTube as well. I'd recommend starting at, like, if you like this format, Season 2 is the first one I did in 2K21, and starting with episode 3 is when we started all on the same course. I did a little I think I did different courses in the first 2 episodes. So if you're just looking for a continuous start to finish project, episodes 3 through 14 are what you wanna hit. That's basically the second season, even though there's 2 extra episodes. That's not a good shot. Definitely not making it home from there. Alright. Alright, yes, and we'll have to do this one next episode. This little short par 4 here could be a fun hole. I usually like doing short par 4s that aren't drivable. You can come up with some creative concepts in there. But alright, I think that'll do it for this episode. We'll cut the music here. So thank you everybody for tuning in. It's been great having you, and until next time, have a good one.